Yo, everyone, what's going on? This is your guy Strictly Gaming, and welcome to the channel. Today I am talking about SBMM, and if you do not know what this stands for, it stands for skill-based matchmaking. This is one of the most polarizing and hot topics in gaming, honestly. Specifically, with multiplayer titles. And to be honest, my personal issue with SBMM is not that it's in place. It's more of how it's implemented in video games. There should be a matchmaking system in place to protect, gamers who are disabled and simply can't play the game the same way a lot of us do. But outside of that, it's fair game. It's fair game. Why am I getting punished for putting in the work to get better? Why am I getting punished because a person isn't willing to put in the required time to be better? Most people think skill-based matchmaking is a system that measures your KD and puts you in lobbies with gamers with similar stats, but that's not the case. That's just one small metric. That's a small slice of the pie, a very, very small slice. Specifically with Call of Duty's SBMM, they track your favorite spots on maps. They track how you move, if you're drop shotting or not, what guns you use most, if you're buying blueprints or not. They track all of this information and use it to place you in lobbies similar to how you play, and that is simply not right. It's not. But the worst part about skill-based matchmaking, right, is not even what I just mentioned. That's the crazy part. The worst part about it is ping manipulation. That's the worst part. When you have a great game and you go 30 and 11, 30 and 10, right? And the next match, you end up going say 20 and 20, you may go negative, or you may barely be over 1 KD. Barely, right? That's because of ping manipulation. It's because in a game you did well in, you had a ping of 23 milliseconds. But the next match, your server ping is 105. That's a real issue. That's the issue. They want people to feel, right, instead of pushing them to be better. So when you shoot someone, right, 5 to 6 times and they don't die, but they turn around and shoot you twice and you die, it's because of ping manipulation. That's an issue. They want people to feel instead of pushing them to be better. You cannot skip the process. You can't. You can't. The process is what makes being good so satisfying. That's the most important part. So not only are we talking about SBMM today, right? I'm going to show you. So I have a couple clips on the screen showing how high my ping is. Right here, my ping is a 187 millisecond ping, bro. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. People, I have 1 gigabyte internet on fiber. I pay 80 a month for that. 80 US dollars a month for 1 gig internet on fiber. Right? Why am I getting placed in the lobby with a ping of 187? It's because of skill-based matchmaking. Why does Activision get to dictate the outcome of my gunfights? Because that's what this is. So when you're playing Vanguard, and I explained this already, but I'm just going to say it again because it's so irritating. When you're playing Vanguard or any COD from Modern Warfare 2019, if you shoot someone 5, 7 times, right, and they don't die, but they shoot you twice, and you're confused on why you lost the gunfight, look at your ping. Okay? Look at your ping. Actually, for everyone who plays Call of Duty, I need you to do this right now. Right? And I'm speaking specifically for Vanguard because that's what I play right now. I'm pretty sure it's the same setting for all Call of Duties, or at least for the ones I played. But I need you to stop what you're doing right now if you're playing Call of Duty. Go to your settings, scroll over to interface, and scroll down to under telemetry and show your ping and show your packet loss. Because every time you go into a match, you need to be checking your ping. Because when you check your ping, you have a good idea on how that match is going to go. If you load up into a server, and when the match start, you got a 100 ping, you may want to think about backing out, right? Because you're going to shoot somebody 5 times, they're going to hit you, they're going to shoot you once or twice, and you're going to die. But on their end, they're shooting you about 5-6 times. But for you, it's not. But it's because your ping is higher than theirs, so it's delayed. This is all a part of skill-based matchmaking, and this should not be a thing in video games. It shouldn't. It should not be a thing in video games. Point blank period. I don't care what nobody else tells me. It should not be a thing. It's so infuriating, right? And when you're losing these engagements, not because you miss shots and you have to practice. Nope. Not because of that. All because they want gamers to feel protected. Like, this should not be a thing. And I'm gonna be honest. I really want to go off, and when I go off, it usually has a lot of cussing involved, right? But I'm trying a different approach to criticizing. And I hope someone at Activision or any of the development studios, whether it be Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games, whoever it may be, sees this video and really thinks about everyone's experience with the game, not just new gamers. That needs to be outlined, because that's what skill-based matchmaking is really for. It's not for the top players or the players who are actually good. It's for the new gamers coming in because they want to protect them, right? Again, they want them to feel protected. That's what skill-based matchmaking is for. It's for them. But the way it's implemented is wrong. Period. You know, and a quick example, right? A quick example of this in its totality. And I'm gonna be very open with this one, right? I made a skill-based matchmaking video yesterday, and I put it up, and I didn't check like any of their stats or how the video did or anything. I didn't. But what I did was I watched it myself after the fact, and I didn't notice that the quality of the gameplay was simply terrible. It was terrible, right? So I asked myself, why is this not a good video? Like, why is this video not good, right? Why, when I completed it and I watched it, why did I feel like this was trash? Because it was trash. You know, I'm always talking about PlayStation games, and I'm always talking about PlayStation and their quality titles, right? So I know what quality is. That video was simply not a quality product. So I deleted it and I'm redoing it, which is the one you're watching right now. The point I'm trying to make is there's a standard, and you cannot skip the process to meet your standards. You can't skip the process, people. You can't. And that goes for anything. This is applicable to life, right? Like, NBA players they weren't good just hooping 1 to 2 hours a day. No, they had to put in extra work for that. They had to learn how to do certain things to get to where they were at. This is what this is about. Because at the end of the day, right? And I always talk about this even when we're talking about outside of gaming, just even not even talking about gaming. When we're really talking about it, to be good at something requires time and effort. Keyword, requires. It's not a choice. If you want to be really good at something, if you want people to notice it, it requires time and effort. You can't skip the process. If you do, it will show in the work no matter what. This is applicable to life. So yes, when I am losing gunfights to people who I know aren't better, it really bothers me. Not only because I lost due to something not in my control, but because I want to be better. And I am always looking at clips of what I'm doing in gaming, seeing what I did wrong. But it's difficult to do that now because half of the time I'm confused if I miss my shots or if my bullets just didn't register because the game's algorithm doesn't want me to win that gunfight. That is why it's so infuriating, because now you're forfeiting my opportunity to be better, to get better. This is skill-based matchmaking. It's not the KD tracking. It's everything I mentioned so far in this video. Everything. Right now, look up on the screen and look at the clip I'm showing. I'm shooting dude in the face. I'm not getting no hit marker and my ping is 100 milliseconds. Come on. This shouldn't be a thing. This severely decreases my personal enjoyment of the game. And pretty much everyone I play with. I have people, I kid you not, I have people that message me when I invite them. And they'll literally be like, they'll message me on PlayStation and be like, man, I do not feel like playing in your lobbies, bro. Imagine not being able to play with friends because they get washed in your lobbies. And make no mistake, I do not blame them at all. Because I do it at times also. With me, Matrix, Diamonds, Jay, when I play with these people, our lobbies are ridiculous. Like, them shits are on another level, bro. They're on another level. And you just don't want to sweat like that every single match. You don't. You don't. People think they do, but they don't. People will be like, oh, I don't mind. You okay? You don't mind until you actually fucking doing it. And then when you get in those lobbies and you in 5, 6, 7 straight sweaty matches, at that point, you like, damn, I don't think I feel like playing no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you can't miss any shots. Your movement has to be on point every match. You don't feel like doing that every single match. Who wants that every single match, yo? Oh, and one more thing I'm gonna make sure I touch on, because I see this a good bit too. It's always the, oh, you don't like competition. No, that's simply false. If you know me, or if anyone knows me, or if they follow me, or just if they know anything about me, or if they play games with me or anything, you know I love competition. I love it. Me and people I play with, we spar all the time in bot lobbies. It's not about competition. I thrive off of competition, to be honest. It has nothing to do with that. We just do not want to sweat every match. We don't. It's just that simple. It's really just that simple. We used to think about it. When we used to play 007, and when I hear people say they used to play Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, they always say, oh, I used to play the game for 3, 4, 5 hours, the whole day, nonstop, blah, blah. With this skill-based matchmaking algorithm, that ain't happening. You're not playing more than probably 2 hours. Max. Because sweaty matches for 2 hours, bro, it feels like you've been playing a game for 6. And it shouldn't feel that way. It shouldn't. So it has nothing to do with that. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with that. And you tie that in with everything else, and it's just unbearable with Call of Duty. It just is. You know, and the thing is, I've seen multiple reports from Charlie Intel, you know, Espresso, you know, and people like that, you know, they follow and I do too. We all follow the, you know, the leakers, the Rouse Valves, the, you know, the Tom Hendersons and people like that. A lot of them mention that the algorithm was being adjusted and worked on. So obviously that is great news, but it's not confirmed. So we're going to have to wait and see. I am paying attention because as much as I want Modern Warfare 2 and as excited I am, I just cannot deal with another Call of Duty that has a skill-based matchmaking algorithm that is this strict. I can't do it. I can't. It's not good for your mental health. It's just not. And I know some of you watching this video can relate like that. Like, I know you can relate. It's that bad. And everyone probably can't relate, but there are going to be some that can relate to what I'm saying in regards to these lobbies. Like, they are ridiculous, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking about how long it takes us to find the match. If all of us are in the lobby, look, if there's like 3 to 4 of us on a squad, I promise it takes a minimum of like 5 minutes to search and start a match. And that's if we actually like the map, because we're not even gonna get on some of the maps that I refuse to go to, which I'll bring up in another video, you know. But it's just like, it takes so long to get into matches, man. It's ridiculous. So yes, skill-based matchmaking should be in place, but the way it's implemented in game needs to be adjusted and fair for all players, not just new gamers, all gamers. Because make no mistake, the hardcore COD people, they're the ones that put the Call of Duties on the map. That's why you are so, that's a big part of why you are so popular now. So stop disrespecting the hardcore fan base for the newcomers who don't even care about the game, for the gamers who get on Call of Duty for 1 to 2 hours a week. Stop catering to them. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. But with that being said, I know this was a longer video, but I knew it would be because it's a skill-based matchmaking rant, and I just had to get that off my chest. That's just how I feel about it, you know. And yeah, man, I'm just over skill-based matchmaking, man. I really am. I'm over it, and how it's implemented in video games and how it screws me, but helps the players that only play 1 to 2 hours a week. But it really hurts, you know, gamers like myself, right? It hurts gamers like myself a lot. And if you want, and if you don't think that skill-based matchmaking punishes you, I'm gonna ask you all to do something, right? Obviously you don't have to, but I'm gonna ask you to do it. Go on COD Tracker and type in my PSN and look at my stats from Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, and Vanguard. Look at all 4, because I've got better every single time, for the exception of Vanguard. My stats aren't as good, and that's probably because I got on late on the game, and Vanguard is just simply not good. It's simply not good. I don't know how to put it. It's just not good. But I got on it late also. Just started playing about 2 months ago. But trust me, I had to put in hella hours to get better at multiplayer. I didn't start playing until Black Ops 4. That's my first time really diving into multiplayer like that. I had a .64 KD, Modern Warfare 2019 was a 1.09, and Cold War was a 1.6. I consistently got better. In Blackout, I put in 1,200 plus hours. Modern Warfare 2019, I put in 2,400 hours. Cold War, I put in 600. Actually more than likely. It takes time to get better, which is why I said time and effort, right? Not just going in the lobbies playing 1 or 2 hours. No, you have to put in hours, and not just public matches. Go into bot lobbies and practice. These things take time. And Activision isn't respecting that. They're not respecting that. And that's a problem. Simple as that. But with that being said, man, you know, I will be making another video on more issues with Call of Duty and what I want fixed for Modern Warfare 2. You know, that's gonna come most likely. That's gonna be out next week. But until then, man, I appreciate everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button, as it helps the channel out a ton. You know, hit the sub button and hit the bell, man, to be notified whenever I do upload any content. But until then, y'all know where I'm at, man. Catch me on Twitter at STLCTY03. And man, I just appreciate everyone, man. I hope everyone has a good day, man, and y'all be easy. All right, it's your boy Strictly, and I'm out. Deuces.